everyone, I'm Michelle. I'm going to do a Teen Wolf review from last week's episode. Just going over things that I liked and things that I didn't like and stuff that I hope happens in coming up episodes. So, yay, let's begin. Start with Lydia. Good things with Lydia this season. I'm really liking it. She's learning how to control her banshee powers more, how to use them and control them, and that, and I really like that. I am super excited to see her throughout the rest of the season and see her banshee powers grow and develop more, because that's going to be super awesome. Let's go with Styles. Styles. The boy literally was just possessed by a demon 2 months ago, and now they're writing him as a somewhat normal teenager again. Like, maybe they'll go into it later on in the season and how being possessed by the new Kitsune has affected him, but as from what I saw in this episode, not much. You can obviously tell that he's changed a bit, but that can easily be from just hanging around werewolves and what happened in other seasons and stuff. But as for what happened with the new Kitsune and him and being possessed, I didn't see that affecting him so far. So maybe they'll write that in another episode, so I hope that comes out more, like maybe more nightmares or something. And so I'm hoping that plays a big part in this season, him getting over what happened with the new Kitsune. I hope that develops more. Scott was always good. He's always good, so good things with that. He is controlling his alpha powers more, learning how to work with them and flow with them and stuff, so he's really cool. Good things were happening with that. Kira, as always, super adorable. Super adorable, super badass, super awesome. So, oh, and I liked how her and Scott didn't like immediately get together after Allison's death. So, yeah, you can obviously tell they're still somewhat coping with it, because we didn't get a full closure with that, and I'll get into that in a moment. But I like how they weren't automatically forced into a relationship, unlike some other people I'll get to in a moment. Yeah, so they're taking it slow, recovering from Allison and all that, and yeah, just taking it as it goes, I suppose. I really like that. It's really cute. I really like it. Talk about Malia. Malia is the new girl in the pack. Literally just got done being a coyote for 9 years. Has a somewhat okay aspect as to normal everyday life, and was automatically pushed into a relationship with Styles. Yeah, that's not flowing with me. The girl obviously is still living by the rules of the animal kingdom, which is really cool for her personality, because she's super badass too, and doesn't give a fuck what anybody else thinks, and she just wants to know things and shit, and without knowing the consequences and stuff. But yeah, but to have her as a coyote for 9 years and then automatically come back as a 17-year-old and push into a relationship, that's not flowing with me, because mentally she is still like, what, 9, 10 years old or whatever, and she should have that mental aspect towards her. Like 2 months is enough to recover from that and to learn like 9 years worth of stuff and then push into a physical relationship. Yeah, they need to work on that. But knowing the show, they're not. They just want to let it go, and that's fucked up. We saw Kate Argent back this episode. We learned the backstory of how she survived her slashing from Peter. I thought it was really cool though. Yeah, I really like Kate Argent. She is a creepy ass character after what she did to and with Derek. But I really like her because she's a well-rounded villain character. Like, we know why she did it, how she did it, and she just isn't like some other fucked up villains that they had on the show, just doing it because doing it. So I really like how she's written so far. Still as creepy as ever. Yeah, nothing more I can say about her so far. Let's go to my favorite character, Derek. Good things happen with Derek so far. We didn't see much of him though, but from what we did saw, it wasn't really our Derek, now was it? But yeah, we saw like 2 seconds of our Derek. We'll call him our Derek, just because. Yeah, we saw like 2 seconds of our Derek. He looked kind of dead in the casket, and we didn't know what was going on with him. Until like the very end, like the last 2 minutes completely fucking blew my mind. I kept myself super unspoiled throughout the season, except for like what was going on with the actors' lives. I kind of like stalked them on Twitter. But as for what happenings were going to go on in the show, I kept myself super unspoiled, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And I'm so glad that I did, because mind fuck. So we learned that Kate Argent was at the was a were-jaguar, and then like kidnapped Derek and de-aged him into little baby Derek. So awesome acting from Ian Nelson. He's adorable. I love him. So now we got little baby Derek again. I want to say about 15, 16, 17 years old and stuff. So little baby Derek. And after the episode aired, I was on Tumblr, and everybody's like, oh my god, that was what the Miguel tweet was about. And I'm like, what the fuck was the Miguel tweet? So I looked it up and I read it. I'm like, oh, I suppose that makes sense. I understand. And so I'm really excited as to see how they're going to do that dynamic between Kate Argent and Derek again, and how it was before she viciously killed his family. So what pissed me off the most for this episode was that, I don't know if they said it in the show, but I know they said on Wolf Watch that it's been 2 months since the end of 3B for them, and it's been 2 months since then. So I'm hoping sometime they had like a funeral for Allison, and if not, which I'm assuming they won't show it because that's how the show is fucked up and how it is, and I'm assuming they won't show the funeral for Allison. And that pisses me off. That all I want is to see her funeral and to get closure for myself. And maybe for Scott too, I suppose. But yeah, for Scott. So I wanted to see some closure from Allison's death towards the pack and stuff with Allison's funeral, but I'm pretty sure we won't. I'm pretty sure they won't even... I'll be actually very surprised if they acknowledged a funeral in the show, like even with a throwaway line or something. Like, oh my god, this happened during Allison's funeral. Oh my god, that was a well-written eulogy at Allison's funeral. Yeah, just a throwaway line to know that they had it, so I know they had some type of closure with it. They probably don't have acceptance with it so far, but at least something acknowledging that it happened. That is all I want from this at the moment. What else? Oh yeah, let's go with the promo for this coming up episode. So with the promo, we know so far that Kate turned Derek back to the age where he trusted her the most. So that was obviously after Paige happened. I just want him to acknowledge that she exists. I don't trust Peter's storytelling skills because he's a lying little shit. So I just want to know that she was a real person and those events actually happened. That's what I want from that too. I just want to know if she was a real person and that story arc actually happen between Derek and Paige. Just a simple request. Even a throwaway line will do. Like just Stiles randomly talking to baby Derek and baby Derek's like, do you know why my eyes are blue? Why do you trust me? Or something like some stupid shit like that. I just wanted them to acknowledge that she was a real person. But again, knowing the show, I will be let down horribly. So whatever, I'll just flow with it, I guess. Yeah, I'm also very curious to see how Kate acted around Derek when he trusted her. Like what things that she did to have him trust her. I am fairly positive that it was a sexual relationship that they had between them. And no one can take that away from me. I know that they did it. We all know they did it. You're lying to yourself if you think that they didn't. Just saying. But, yeah, I'm very curious to see how she acts, though. Like, because as we see here, she's like a cold-hearted killer type of person, but she obviously didn't act that way around baby Derek to have him trust her. So I want to know if he was like an aggressive type person, well, not like super aggressive, but like a pushy type of person, or like if she was like super cute acting or super sexy acting. I just want to know, just curious things that I want to know. I have a headcanon actually of why Derek trusts her. That y'all remember the old woman? I'm assuming you do. You saw her in the episode. The old hunter lady woman. I can't remember her name, or if it was, I don't remember what or if they said it during the show. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I have a headcanon that she's Derek's grandmother on his father's side, and his father grew up as a hunter, and then fell in love with Derek's mom, and then the hunter lady didn't approve, and it was a very, very Romeo and Juliet-esque type of deal, but no one died yet. but yeah, so Derek's dad gave up his life of hunting to go be with Derek's mom, and then they had a bunch of werewolf babies and the big werewolf house and the big werewolf dream and stuff like that. So I think that Derek believes that him and Kate could have been like his parents. She give up her life as a hunter and come live with him and his werewolf family and stuff like that. So that's how I think he saw their relationship, as to why he trusted her and stuff, and obviously the pain of what happened with Paige, if she exists. I still want to know. So yeah. So overall, I really liked this episode. I know a lot of people didn't, but I personally liked it. I'm hopefully expecting good things for the rest of this season, but I don't keep my hopes up that much because I know the show can screw you in the ass horribly. So yeah, so good things, hoping for good things, keeping my fingers crossed. Yay! Okay, but yeah, I really enjoyed doing this video. Had a lot of fun. So I think I'm going to do this each week for each episode. So, yay, stay tuned next week. Yay!